Hi, so this is the last part of my series on how to be an ethical consumer and how it relates to our business as an ethical business. And today I'm talking about consumption and waste. Consuming, do you really need something or do you really want it? Because so many people do buy things that they don't really need or want. It's also not very ethical. It's obviously not good for the planet to be churning loads of resources into unwanted stuff. They've got to be moved around as well as made. And it's not very good for you, really. Just random consumption of stuff is not really a very happy process, I would suggest. Not a very mindful process. So if you can learn to become a bit more mindful about what you're buying and what you're using, you will save money. It will be more ethical because it's saving resources for the planet, and I think it will make you feel a bit better as well about your life. Your life will become a more positive thing. So I'm just going to talk a bit about that. A couple of examples actually from life that I saw quite a few years ago now. A couple of houses that had to be cleared, and these people were obviously people who didn't have a lot of money, and yet when they came to clear the houses, they needed half a dozen trips of a small lorry for all the junk, just junk, cheap rubbish that had been used a few times and then broken, that was in there. And again, this is big corporations. They want you to buy stuff. They churn out this really cheap, quite attractive stuff. And obviously, you see it a lot. People who are struggling, that they just want a little lift in their lives, or make themselves feel a bit better, make things a bit easier, and they buy this stuff because it's cheap, looks like a bargain, and it lasts about 5 minutes, and then they want to go out and buy something else. And big corporations like that, they make a big load of money out of it, but it's not good for the planet, it's not good for you, the consumer, and it is not an ethical practice at all. So have a think about your consumption, whether you really need things or whether you're really going to enjoy them. I'm not saying live a Puritan existence where you only buy everything that's functional. It has to be ugly, you have to need it. I mean, we sell art. We want you to buy beautiful things that are going to enrich your life, but make sure that it is doing that. I don't want you to buy something of ours, let's say an art print, and again say never put it up, or as I said before, buy some coasters and stick them in a drawer and never use them. We want you to use our stuff, to enjoy it, for it to make your life more enjoyable, pleasant, enriched, something that will improve your life, not clutter it up and impoverish you, really, for no reason. But think about it, and again, going back to the very first video, in a way that's loving to you. If you buy something that you don't need, if you have a weak moment, you're feeling a bit down, you go and see something, don't beat yourself up about it. It's done. Life is hard. We all have those moments. Make it an ongoing thing just to reflect on that, really. Again, be kind to yourself. And don't worry about it. If you have the money, I would say buy really good quality stuff, buy well-made things made out of natural materials, even made in Britain if you can find things made in Britain, or made in your own country anyway. It's always good to support your local economy if you can. Really well-made things that are expensive usually turn out to be great buys for you and for the environment in the end, because they last a long time. Unlike the houses full of broken junk. If you can afford to do that, but you've got to have the money to be able to do that. So these things do involve a big investment. So again, don't beat yourself up if you can't afford it. Just do the best you can. This is all about developing a kind relationship and a supportive, loving relationship with yourself, with other people, with the planet. So always keep that at the forefront of your mind. So yeah, about waste, how your waste is disposed of. This is another thing that is a big problem. I think I mentioned George Monbiot a while ago. He's done a lot of research into how the mafia and a lot of organised crime is getting involved in waste disposal in Britain. Amazingly, it's really big business. I know where we live, there's a big problem with fly tipping, with rats, people coming in and illegally dumping rubbish. Yeah, it's a real problem. So again, if you're reducing your consumption, you can reduce your waste. Obviously, you'll just have less to throw away. If you can afford to buy good things that are going to last, you'll have fewer broken things to throw away. If you can go get your food from alternative sources, not from the supermarket, you'll have less packaging to throw away. So it all has a knock-on effect on your waste. If you've got the space, you can maybe have a compost heap. If you look at the Soil Association or maybe permaculture, they'll tell you about that, to recycle your own organic waste for your garden. We haven't got that. We haven't really got the space. We haven't got a council facility for doing that. Some places have a bin where you can take your organic waste for composting by the council. So yeah, the waste really ties in with the consumption. Again, if you've got time and energy, if you can learn to cook, if you can buy food direct from the farmers or fresh food away from the supermarket and cook it yourself, you will have less waste because you'll know how to use the whole product. Not everyone has time for that. Not everyone wants to be a cook. I do understand that. But if you are open to that, it's a really great thing to do, and it will cut down your waste. It'll make you more healthy. Yeah, I think just do your best, really. Obviously, there's options for recycling, but then that's a bit of a mixed thing. Recycling plastic and things, it doesn't always seem to get to the places it's meant to go to. And certainly where we are, recycling has been made increasingly difficult over the last few years. And I know a couple of friends who were very committed recyclers who've given up on it altogether because it just became too difficult to do. All the facilities for taking it where you could take stuff to be recycled disappeared. The council rubbish people who were supposed to collect the recycling never turned up. Bins got blown over and it all spread about the street as a result, and people just gave up on it, and that's okay. As I say, you've got to look after yourself. You're doing your best. Sometimes the bigger problems, they're really not your problem. If the recycling bins have all disappeared and the services have shut down, even though you were supporting them, that's not your problem. You weren't responsible for that. You're doing your best. So yeah, I'd say think about recycling. Recycle what you can, think about compost, but overall think about reducing your consumption, buying natural products that are biodegradable, buying your food from places where they don't have loads of packaging like supermarkets, and you'll find that the amount of waste you have will dwindle. I mean, we're running a business from home, and if they only emptied our wheelie bin once a month, it wouldn't be a problem. There's never anything in there. So it is possible to do that. And waste is a big problem for everyone. It's a problem for the planet. You know, we've all seen the plastic washing up on beaches, mountains of plastic landfill, toxic landfill. But it's also a problem locally because people are dumping rubbish, bringing in rats and other pests, and it's very unpleasant as well. So yeah, think about your consumption in a mindful, kind way. Put that together with all the other things that we've talked about. Just be open-minded, check your sources, always be kind to yourself, be amazed at the new things you learn, good and bad. Meet new people who will support you and share ideas, and yeah, enjoy it. It's a great way to live. It's a good feeling engaging with life in this way, and I would encourage you to do it for yourself, as well as for all the good it can do elsewhere, because you will feel great after learning all this new stuff and engaging with life on this planet in a different way. I hope you've enjoyed this series. If you have, please follow, like, share this video, interact with our website, anything as a thank you to show that you've enjoyed the video would be really appreciated. See you soon.